We're with Miss Piggy, okay? And I've got a selection of food here, and this is an experiment we're going to do. And this experiment is to be able to find out what parasites in control is, because I'm going to show you in a second. They've been watching this food for a little bit, and they're going nuts. They're smelling, okay? And remember, we're talking about parasites here. And we're going to throw in a variety of food. I'll tell you in a second here. But there's a variety of food. There's bananas in here. Well, let's just go over. Whatever they're going to... These are bananas. This is coconut shavings. Okay, they love all this stuff. These are old bananas. This is molasses feed here with corn, sweet potatoes, okay? And of course, we did a video last night on radiation in fish. And I bought this just yesterday. And this thing here, we filleted, and we did a real good video to show you about the radiation in fish. We just went down to the ocean today too, and was checking the...
So as you can see, he's mentioning the contamination, right? The contamination of what this like animal here, this sea animal is carrying, right? Now, what he's done is he's done an experiment. He's fed these swines good food for quite some time. All right, so watch. Let's continue.
Radiation by the ocean, but I want you to look at this thing inside the neck. The mongoose, I had it outside, and this thing stinks, and flies are all on it and everything. They cleaned off every piece of meat. Look around the ribs right here. Whoa, look at it in the neck and around the neck. Okay, the top of the head. They ate every piece of flesh they could get, like right through there. Oh, okay. Now I'm going to throw this in last, but I want to show you. Remember, blood eats blood. These guys are not carnivores. They are, but I don't feed them any flesh at all. They've just been having a...
Did you guys listen to what he said? Blood eats blood. That's another reason why we're not supposed to eat blood. All right? It goes real deep, family. But anyhow, let's continue.
Vegetarian diet. Okay, but let's see what they want to eat. Remember, this is an experiment. And the experiment is they can eat anything they want here first. Let's see what parasite is in control first. Is it going to go ahead and be the stingy carcass they're going to want to eat? Shoot, you wouldn't eat this thing. Whoa, stinks. Ugh, been sitting out in the sun all day. Now, I did this on purpose, is because this thing stinks. Want to see, remember, this is not fresh. Okay, this is nasty, stinky, full of flies all day, and everything's been chewing off it. I'm going to throw up just... Of course, I got a glove on because I can't even stand the smell. So I'm going to throw in, okay, all of this, and I'm going to put this in last. But remember, the question is, what do you think is going to be eaten first? And remember, why is that? Is because, remember, these are mind-controlling parasites. And these parasites that live in the body, and you know that they've got a variety of the pig tapeworm, the whatever tapeworm they have in them. Okay, remember, they eat off the dirt. Okay, and if you've got a tapeworm in you, okay, that's bloodsucker. And they want blood, and they will drink your blood, okay, inside your body, even if you don't feed them. But if they smell blood, they go nuts, like these guys. Now, remember, this is what they eat mostly, is sweet potatoes, okay, and this type of cob seed, okay, and it's not organic. It's just basically, it's hog food, okay, and I get these up the street. These are Okinawan purple potatoes, and they're full of protein and stuff. So
hey, fam, let me give you guys a scripture real quick, so at least we can kind of get this going, okay? Let me go to basic stuff. All right, let's go to 2 Peter 1:20. Basic stuff. Basic stuff. You know what I mean? Just basically like what I call milk. Okay? 2 Peter 1:20, and it reads, we have also, let's see, no, one, is this it? 2 Peter 1? No, verse 20, I'm sorry. Knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation. For the prophecy came not in old time by the will of man, but holy men of God spake as they were moved by the Holy Ghost. Prophecy is basically what you see in the Bible. So family, what they're saying to us, that it's okay to, don't judge me, Colossians 2:16, don't judge me in what I eat or my Sabbath or celebration or high holy days. Watch this.
So this is what they eat, and these, of course, are free, given to us. And I'm just going to throw these in there. Let's see if they want to eat anything. Okay, look, smells it, doesn't even want to look at it. You know what they want? I'll tell you. And they don't eat meat. Let's throw all that in there. Okay, okay, now they're going to eat that. Okay, now watch what happens. We're going to go ahead. They're going to change tunes here in a sec. I already know what they're going to do. I'm going to throw this one over there. And they're getting a variety of stuff. Look.
So now we see that this guy gave him some like dry, clean food. All of that, right? You know, typically what somebody would probably have at their dinner table too, you know what I mean? We just put seasoning and cook it and bananas and, you know, sweet potatoes. all kinds of stuff, right? Organic stuff, all right? So now let's fast forward this. So now watch. He tosses the piece of fish in there, all right? The dead carcass. That's probably had worms. I think he mentioned it. It's just a horrible smell. It stank. You know what I mean? Just horrible. Just horrible smell, man. All right, let's go.
Wants that. Well, let's see. He's choking over there on the dry food because he's eating it too fast. Yeah, look at you. Look at him. He's going to go throw up. I know. It's stuck in your throat. Run. Get it going.
Listen, family, I have a dog, all right, a chocolate lab. And it's a pup, still training him. He's like 5 months old. And every single time I feed this dog, man, he acts like he's never ate before. And I mean like just, I cannot wrap my mind around it. And I'll tell him, yo, I call him, his name is Bruno. I go, Bruno, stop. And he stops like, and he's like still chewing, like trying to choke. Watch what he says, why they do what they do.
Remember, he's not breathing right now. He's got it stuck in his throat. Look. I know, you ate the dry stuff too quick, brother. Yeah, you're better now. Dedu, you don't want that fish? She didn't smell it yet. Let's see what this one smells. And now she's back. Now she's going to go back to it. Let's see. Okay. Oh. Okay. She can eat anything she wants. And this one hasn't got the taste yet, because if Nanu knows that she's eating something better than that, then Nanu is going to steal it from her, because she's the head alpha there. Okay.
Let's go to Leviticus real quick. All right. It's not a private interpretation. The Bible is still here. Nothing has changed other than the sacrificial aspect. Leviticus 11:7, it says, and the swine, though he divided the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. Of their flesh ye shall not eat, and their carcasses shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you. Now, I always talk about keeping the laws of God, I think this is a very good topic to go over in regards to tackling two topics at once, so I can segue into the new moon cycle. All right? I think that's important, because that's a very important topic that I cannot fall short and confusing my family. So I am going to set ourselves up to understand the importance of why all of this matters. So let's continue. All right, let's continue. Walk with me, family. I always start my classes in a direction that leads us to the end. All right. Without a vision, people perish, fam. Let's go.
Look. Listen to the bone crushing. Oh. Okay, now these guys, remember, have better noses than a bloodhound. They have stronger jaws than a Rottweiler. These are very, very strong predators. She's 300 plus pounds. Okay, look at them, chewing the bones down, swallowing everything whole. They're scavengers. You eat the pig, remember that. You guys are eating pig, all I can say is this is what pigs do. They eat anything. Rotten, that's rotten flesh. And they're loving it. Look, get it, Dua. You like that? Oh, look, they got potatoes. they got that sweet full of molasses, real sweet. Okay, and then they've got this stuff. What she was loving is because that's all our leftover salads, just things I know they love. Look, bananas in there, and they went right to the flesh, not because they like it, because the parasites inside them control them to feed. Remember, there's a hierarchy. We talk about this all the time, a hierarchy of parasites. Oh, look at that, going nuts, eating everything down to the bone. There won't be a piece there. That head, I want to see what they're going to do with that. Okay, so this is the game. The game is real simple. Parasites that live in the body have a hierarchy. Okay, sugar parasites eat last because they're lowest on the totem pole. They're yeast, mold, fungus, and candida, just like a person. Remember, what do you...
Family, look up the word candida, okay? Look up that word. Here, I'll show y'all real quick. All of this stuff is important. Why am I bringing this up? Because this is how we're getting sick. And see, the enemy, the other nations know this. That's why they push the swine 100% of the time. Candida, watch. Candida, it's a type of disease, man, and it comes from eating meats, specifically the swine. All right, we'll look into it.
You eat first at the table. You eat and drink. You eat dead carcass and drink blood. You eat your meat first. Yes, you do. It's the first thing you want on that table. Let's say you haven't eaten in a couple of days, you're fasting, and you put a smorgasbord out there of food. You got sweet stuff, you got cakes, ice cream, you got maybe soups, you got chicken, fish, you got everything out there that you can imagine on a smorgasbord, a variety of food. And remember, the experiment is, okay, let's see what parasite feeds first. And I know which one will feed first. The ones that eat meat. They are the highest on the totem pole in the body or the hierarchy of mind-controlling parasites. They
Fam, y'all notice how he touched his back slightly when he mentioned it? You guys got to pay attention to those. He pointed at his kidneys. He was pointing at his kidneys. All right? Just, that's some heavy point. For all that you know what I'm talking about, let's go.
They need to be fed. Look at these guys. They're eating every bone, everything, and they've got all this beautiful stuff sitting here, and I want it. Okay? And you guys don't even know what that is. Okay? Never even had fish. They've had to throw.
Hear that? That's the first time they had this animal, this dead carcass. That's the first time ever. And look at how they chopped it down, and they just completely ignored what they've been feeding since they were young. Now, you know, family, us people, right? There's certain foods that we just grow up with, and we're just so used to it. And there's certain foods that are introduced to us. Are like, I don't know, I'm not used to that. I'm so used to my mom's, like, you know, seasoning, for example. But these guys don't do that. Watch.
A rat in there one time, and they ate it. It was a dead rat that got off of a rat trap, and I just threw it in there just to see what they would do. They're pigs. They rolled in it and they ate it and fought over this nasty with maggots in it. And I just threw it in there. I figured, they'll just smell it just because it's an experiment. Remember, pigs, if you're eating pig, guys, I can just tell you this. You're making a big mistake. Remember, the pig is the dirtiest animal in the world. It'll eat anything and anything. Remember, a cow only eats grass. Okay? It doesn't eat corn or anything or wheat or soy, but it's a vegetarian. You eat animals, okay, that are scrappers, then you get all the parasites that live in the pig. Remember, the pig tapeworm is bad arse tapeworm. And maybe we'll go ahead and put a picture in this in the video here. The pig tapeworm. If you've had pig, and maybe not, it doesn't matter. If you've got an egg and they secrete out 200,000 to 300,000 eggs a day, and the pig tapeworm has to go through 5 different cycles in your body. It starts in your stomach, it goes and bores out into the small intestine to the liver, it goes to the liver, makes a house of babies, and then it goes back into the bloodstream, it goes to your brain, okay?
You guys realize that the kidneys are what cleans your, well, not necessarily. The liver does. The liver cleans your blood. All right? Follow me, family. You got to really understand the importance of the laws. And this is one basic law that a lot of people fail to do. My mom is a hardcore Christian. I say it over and over again. And I tell her, Mom, you can't eat swine. You can't eat pig. If you think about it, look how nasty. I showed her these videos. She's still cooking with manteca. She loves making tamales for people. She just tells you, man, what is driving them?
Hey, you got lesions in your brain, you got certain things on x-rays. These are the tapeworms. They control different parts of your body by having children that this thing, this alien, goes in different parts of your body. Goes in the liver, makes babies, goes back in the bloodstream, goes into the brain maybe for next, and makes babies. Then once it's made babies in there, remember, it's making a colony. It's like a bee. It goes into your heart, makes babies. Goes into your gonads, makes babies. Wow, this thing's a machine. I know. And then it comes back around into your lungs, and you you cough it up, you get cold, you think it's a fever, you think you got a sickness, and this is the last cycle of the pig tapeworm, the last cycle of the beef tapeworm, the last cycle of the fish tapeworm. These things have cycles in your body. They don't just come in your stomach. Okay, we've done lots of videos on this. Now, as you can see, they're getting a little full now. They're not eating as fast. Okay, so look at, they're chewing down the bones, and it has nothing. Oh, well, they want the calcium. They don't know what calcium is. Remember, they only eat what controls their small, simple, weak, pig-headed mind. They don't question. They don't have critical thinking, not like you think. They don't have a neocortex. No animal does. These things survive, okay? And they will survive out in the wild. Remember, there's more pigs out here than there's anything. These things are destructive animals. They're not even pigs. These are boars. So they eat anything. A dead pig, the only thing is they won't eat their own kind. A dead pig, they won't eat it. Pretty smart animal. They'll eat anything else that's dead. I guarantee a dead human.
They'll eat a dead human. Family, for you that are still battling with this bacon, you're eating people. You don't think? Let's wrap our minds around Job 9:24. All right? Wrap our minds around Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And what are they going to kill us with? What are they going to use? Leviticus 26:22, and I will send wild beasts among you, which will rob you of your children and destroy your cattle. Don't they use beast for sicknesses? Aren't they using this beast for parasites, telling us that it's okay to eat it? That should rob you of our children. Aren't our children getting sick? Listen, guys, all of this stuff, you react, especially like so-called Hispanics and Native Indians, right? We probably have the worst digestive system ever. Most of us assume that it's okay to sit in the bathroom for 30 freaking minutes. Now, I know you know what I'm talking about, family. Because if you got parents like my parents, my mom would take the Bible in the bathroom and sit there for 30 minutes thinking that's normal. It's not normal. It's constipation. And it has a lot to do with what we're eating. That's why the Most High said, you are a chosen seed above all people on the planet of the earth, but you got laws, statutes, and commandments to follow. You definitely want to stay away from this thing that is like a human.
Okay? They don't eat their own kind. Now, look, he's gnawing on the head. Oh, and remember, these have huge tusks. Oh, okay. Look at the teeth on that thing. And that was an amberjack. If you haven't seen any of the videos on radiation detection in Hawaii, watch all the videos. And then we have another one we're checking radiation in fish and other areas of Hawaii. But you can see these guys here are being controlled by the blood-sucking parasites because that's what they're eating. It's flesh and blood. And these are the parasites. What you eat is what you are. And remember, they're pig-headed little minds. They're called swine for a reason. And that's why a lot of, well, Earth humans are called swine. They're called minions, mundanes, okay? You eat the pig and so shall you be genetically modified by the pig and also the parasites that live in the pig. So I just wanted to go ahead and show you. It was a simple experiment. What's going to...
All right, that's one. Now check this one out. Why am I bringing this up, Emmanuel? There's why.
Lucidchart makes intelligent diagramming easy and as far as
fam, if I start getting blocked, I will have to move it back and forth, okay? Just letting y'all know. Give me a second. Let me mute myself.
we know, humans are the only living things that wear watches, but we aren't the only ones that can tell time. Earth's movement sets the rhythms of countless biological clocks. The 24-hour solar period winds cellular gears controlling sleep, hunger, and metabolism in creatures ranging from jellyfish to elephants. And our 365.25-day journey around the sun regulates cycles of seasons, harvests, and migrations. But the phases of our planet's nearest neighbor also have a surprising pull on biological rhythms. For many species, the moon's glow is crucial to their survival. Vampires and emo teenagers aren't the only ones who find moonlight romantic. Lots of animals use the 29.5-day lunar cycle to sync up when it comes to finding a mate. Triggered by the full moon, impalas roar, which in turn triggers all their female mates to begin ovulation. Using a common signal like this ensures every member of a species goes looking for a partner at the same time.
Hey, fam, listen to this. The swine don't have sweat glands as well, I believe. So don't eat out so they don't sweat out toxins. I never knew that they are blood eaters, though. Even more of a reason. Yeah, man, they're blood eaters, bro. Blood eats blood. As soon as they smell dead blood, their tapeworm takes over. Check it, man. This is deep.
Time. Lunar cycles are especially important in the sea. Marine bristleworms live on rocky shorelines where they rise to the water's surface under the dim light of a new moon. These worms mass together, swirling around one another, and release their gametes in sync. This big mating party increases the chances that any one worm will contribute to the next generation. Some eels also reproduce all at once and rely on the dim light of the new moon to avoid predators. The moon also controls the tides, and that pull can help some animals' eggs and larvae develop and survive. Fish called grunion lay their eggs high up on beaches during high tides, where the sand protects the eggs as they develop. They hatch when the next cycle of high tide washes them out to sea. But what controls these living lunar cycles? These species must have an inner moon clock. When scientists raised marine worms in constant light or darkness, they didn't try to reproduce. But when they gave them artificial light on a lunar schedule, the worms did their mesmerizing mating dance. The scientists found special neurons in the worms' brains that respond to light, linked to timing genes that control these lunar behaviors. The moon seems to act like a signal that supercharges the worm's desire to mate when the light at night is just right. But the moon is more than just a clock. It transforms ecosystems. The full moon is 100 times brighter than the new moon. This lets animals see their prey, forage, and navigate better. But all that light can be risky. Some species of frogs avoid calling to their friends during full moons, because the extra light makes them more vulnerable to predators.
All right, so let me take it off because they're trying to gonna bog me or something like that. All right, here's another one. The reason I'm bringing this up, family, is because when you consider the actions of these biological, microscopic things, and not even microscopic at times, some of these things, man, as you continue reading about this, right? This is why. Well, matter of fact, let's get this again. Deuteronomy chapter 14. So when you read Deuteronomy 14 or Leviticus 11, you're going to find out the particular laws right there, okay? Now, Deuteronomy 14:8 says, and the swine, because it divided the hoof, meaning it has like the separation, kind of like a cow, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, chew not the cud. They don't regurgitate their food like the cow does. They don't eat organic food like the cow does, or like the sheep or the goat, right? It is unclean to you. You shall not eat of their flesh, nor touch their dead carcasses. Now, when it means like touch their dead carcasses, is with the intent of trying to eat it, fam. Of course, you're gonna have to grab this carcass if it's dead in front of your door, right? Use some gloves, whatever. But it's talking about the intent. The intent. These ye shall eat of all that are in the waters, and all that the fins and scales shall ye eat. Deuteronomy 14 is regarding dietary. Okay. Leviticus 11, unclean and clean animals. Y'all need to study these things. All right. You need to go through these things so then you can show your family, show your children, show your wife, show your husbands. This is how you determine the spirit of each individual person. If they're going to be willing to keep the laws of God, guess what? Even something like this shouldn't be that difficult. It'll probably be hard at first, maybe because you're so used to eating it. But as soon as I found out I wasn't supposed to eat it, I basically stopped. I mean, for me, it wasn't that difficult. For me, it was not. But I know that there will be some people that it may be difficult for them. Y'all got to be very mindful. Galatians 6:1. Obviously, man, that's something that you really don't want to even deal with. So if you guys have an issue at home or something, you're trying to convince your mom or your dad, your family, I mean, you can only do so much, man. He mentioned pigs, cows, and fish. We know that the cow chews the cud, meaning they regurgitate their food and they chew it again and again and again. All right. The Bible says that we are able to eat of the fish of the sea. Leviticus 11. Remember, family, I'm always talking about laws. So let's go over a few, man. Today is Sunday. First, well, for you guys, I guess we keep Friday and Saturday Sabbath. It's your first day of the week, right? So let's kind of go over a few things. I'm not going to do a long class today, fam, because I do want to rest. I do a class every day. Y'all know that. So now, Leviticus 11:9 says, these shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them ye shall eat. So the catfish don't have scales. Don't eat that. The shark, the whale, the killer whale, the turtle, the crab, the shellfish, all of them stuff, you're not supposed to eat. These shall be even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcasses in abomination. Whatsoever hath no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you. You hear this? Whatsoever hath no fins and scales. All right. So now let's continue.
Yes.
Oh, wait, hold up. Tapeworms can get as long as 80 feet and live as long as 30. Oh my God, bro. I can't imagine having a tapeworm like that in my body. But you know what, man? they really, like for the doctor that was talking about that. So if you have digestive issues, if you have high blood pressure, if you have diabetes, if you have all of these illnesses that are not written in the scriptures that are going to plague us, a lot of it has to do with what we're eating. Why do you think our gente has the highest cholesterol level out of all the nations in the world? Highest diabetes. Why is carnitas such a popular thing? Pork is a number 1 or 2 cuisine in Mexico and in South America and in Puerto Rico. I know from experience in Puerto Rico, my brother-in-law, they would cook pork buried on the ground and put like, what do you call it? Hojas de plátano. El plátano de árbol, ¿eh? Very popular, very good animal, man. I'm telling y'all. A delicious meat, but that's the tempting thing about destroying your body, destroying your temple. That's why I want to go deep into this particular moon eventually, because you have to understand that these tapeworms, like that's why my wife was telling me, because my son, he acts out always like when it's the full moon, right? So that's what we see. You know what I'm saying? We live with the guy. We see this. And he has a lot of issues. I saw a video on them making pork rinds by pouring boiling hot water over pig skin so it cringes. Oh God, man. Oh my God. You know what, bro? I've been burned. Hey man, if you can find a video right now, dude, bro, hey, find a video right now and I'll put it up. Find a video so we can see it. Okay? Because I've got some time. I'm gonna spend another maybe 30 minutes with y'all, and then I'm gonna cut it because again, it's Sunday and I want to take care of a few things. But if you can find that video, man, find it because I would love to see it. The point being is that these organisms, right? They are dictating our illnesses. So again, if you have itch at night, guess what? You probably have tapeworm. Y'all understand now? For you that have been eating pork for a long, long time, and you are now keeping the laws of God, you still got those tapes in your body. You still have those illnesses sitting around. You still have, like it says, it takes years, sometimes months, but I believe it takes years. At least from what I see, because I'm talking about from personal experience, from having to deal with, particular illnesses. I find myself realizing, man, these damn things are in your body. This is a serious topic, family. Oh, you did? Okay, let's see. Give me a second.
It's finally time. The Unison Black Friday sale is live now. Save up to 96% off.
All right, so these are the illnesses that have to do with here you go. Let me see real quick. Oh yeah, bro. Let's watch this first. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you very much. All right, watch this, family. This is horrible, man. Look. This is how they make chicharrones, hermano. A ver tú, tal mexicano. You tell me if this is healthy. All right, here we go. This is, I appreciate you very much, brother, because we need to see these things, fam. Hey, listen, fam. Asian people, okay? They eat all kinds of stuff. And they're not overweight. They're not dying. They don't have illnesses. But we do. We have all of these right here. Watch. Again, if they're going to block me, I'm going to go back and forth. You so-called Hispanics and Native Indians, you're not going to sit here and tell me that you do not have these illnesses. We all deal with these. And it has to do with the food.
Brainidos presents. Don't ignore these early symptoms of parasites in your body. Parasites are organisms that live off other organisms called hosts. They feed off the hosts by stealing the nutrients from their food. There are 3 main types of parasites. Protozoa, which are single-cell organisms that live in the intestines, blood, or tissue. Helminths, which include worms such as tapeworms, roundworms, and thorny-headed worms. And ectoparasites, which are ticks, fleas, lice, and mites that attach to or burrow into the skin. Parasitic infections can result in anything from an uncomfortable annoyance such as head lice to much more complicated diseases and even death if undiagnosed and untreated. So here are 10 early symptoms to watch out for. Number 1. Stomach pain. One of the first signs that you may have a parasite is stomach pain, especially if that pesky critter is feasting in your intestines. Some parasites live in food like meat, and they enter the body through the stomach when you consume food that is not properly prepared. Parasites can also spread through the air, from person to person, or through contaminated water. Once inside the body, the parasites will reproduce, resulting in increased stomach pain. Number 2. Digestive issues. Parasites release byproducts that can build up in your gastrointestinal tract. This can result in abdominal inflammation, gas, and indigestion. Some of these parasites actually block food from passing, which can have its own set of symptoms, such as sharp pain, abdominal swelling, vomiting, and constipation. Number 3. Anal itching. A common symptom associated with parasites is an itchy anus, which is uncomfortable and doesn't usually resolve unless treated. This symptom can be embarrassing, and it can also disturb sleep. And that's because parasites are most active and lay their eggs at night, so the itching is usually the worst at that time. Scratching the itch can damage the skin, further increasing the chance of infection. Number 4. Fatigue. Constantly feeling tired could also be a symptom of a parasitic infection. Parasites devour nutrients and minerals that the body requires to survive. Furthermore, some parasites might impair the body's capacity to absorb nutrients, thus impacting overall health. Even with proper nutrition and adequate sleep, parasites can make you feel weak and tired. Number 5. Weight loss. Quick, unexplainable weight loss can be another symptom of a parasite. Not only are the parasites stealing your nutrients, but your body has to use extra calories to fight the parasitic infection.
How many of us have family members that deal with these? Every single illness that they mention, weight loss, anemia, fatigue, itch, constipation, digestive issues. All of this, we suffer from this. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 61. Watch what it reads. It says, also every sickness, every plague, which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. All right?
All of these things can result in weight loss. If accompanied by a change in appetite or other symptoms, weight loss could be an indication of parasites. Number 6. Anxiety. Parasites can cause mental harm as well.
Alcoholism as well. Alcoholism. Trust me, these tapeworms or whatever worms you got in you, they love that yeast.
They can negatively impact stability and happiness, which causes mood swings, irritability, and anxiety. Knowing you have a parasitic infection can make anxiety even worse, so it can be a vicious cycle. Number 7. Teeth grinding. Most people who grind their teeth at night are not even aware of it. Teeth grinding can have a lot of different causes, and that alone doesn't necessarily mean you have a parasite. In a case that you do, you're tossing and turning all night due to the parasite's increased activity, and the restlessness can lead to physical stress.
Parasites increase activity, which, based on what we find, based on what science is saying, that they tend to move when it has to do with the moon, the full moon, right? A lot of our gente suffer from lack of sleep, fatigue, tiredness, illnesses. Listen, this is important because if y'all want to learn about the lunar cycle, then you got to understand why it's important and why all of these laws matter to us, not the other nations. They don't care about this detail. They don't give a damn. God, what does the moon have to do with the tapeworm? Probably teaching no, man. It's basically learning about the dietary law and how the moon actually has a connection with these damn things that are living in our bodies. These are curses, fam. That's because y'all keep eating pork. And you tell your family and you wonder why we get sick, and we're dying, and we're fat, we're sick because of what we eat. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 6. I read this often, but let's keep it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes. Oh, statutes. What does statutes mean? That's what it means. You just walk over these things. I forgot about it. Statutes. 8:2708. It means ordinances. It means appointed custom, manner, appointed time, maybe. Right? Yeah, look. Something prescribed. So this is a statute. You shall not eat the swine. You shall eat the blood, because it's an abomination. For ye are the temple of God. And if you're restless, you're always dealing with your flesh. It all matters, fam. See, we're not like, y'all got to really wrap your mind around this. I know it's going to sound weird, but we're not like other humans. It's going to blow your minds, but we're not like other humans, fam. You see, we're wearing this outfit of flesh. It's just clothes. You see, because of your spirituality, the purity of it, and you go and infect your, it's like you're wearing clothes and you stain it. It don't look good. It ain't going to be good. It's like if you wear clothes and you never wash it, it's going to deteriorate. You got to keep yourself clean. That's why when the Messiah came, he showed himself worthy because he separated himself from his flesh. He understood the disgustingness in that flesh. It brings nothing good to us. And this is what I'm trying to teach you, fam. Separating your mind, your spiritual mind, from your fleshly mind. Understanding that if you're in the flesh, you're going to be like this. You're going to be restless. You're going to be physically stressed out. Why? Because we've infested our body with all these chemicals, all this food, all this nastiness. And it's going to take years to get rid of a lot of these. I deal with some of these things still. I'm going through a cleansing myself because I must have worms, man. I'm going to be real with y'all. The wicked flee when none pursue it. I'm going to say that. And for you that get it, you that don't. I don't know how in the world we can sit here and talk about spirituality, talk about the Bible, talk about the heavenly world that we're going to really make it to. And I'm telling y'all right now, this is just this flesh here. We're not, this is not us, fam. This flesh is not us. So that's why the Most High put laws to conduct ourselves in the flesh,
which can result in teeth grinding. Left untreated, this could result in damage to your pearly whites. Number 8, anemia. Parasites rob a host of iron, which in turn can lead to anemia. Anemia results from low levels of hemoglobin, a protein in the blood that transports oxygen throughout the body. Parasites steal iron from foods like meat and fish, leaving the body without the iron it needs to function properly. Number 9, skin irritation. Parasites can cause the skin to become red and irritated. Inflammation and a rash may develop in an area where a parasite has set up shop. Not only does this irritate the skin, but some people could experience an allergic reaction to the parasite. These skin irritations could be the result of the immune system's attempt to fight the parasite. or a result of the toxins and waste products being released locally on the skin. Parasitic infections and allergies also increase eosinophils in the blood. Eventually, this can stunt hair and nail growth.
Hebrews 13 and 8. Jesus Christ, the same yesterday, today, and forever. John 1 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. This is the Messiah right here. He is the Word, and the Word was with God. The Word was God, meaning he is one as the Father. The same was the beginning with God. All things were made by him. The Father and the Son working together, issuing the blueprint so the Messiah can do what he needs to do. Hebrews 13:8. Jesus Christ, the same yesterday, today, and forever. So why are we eating pork? Why is it okay now to eat pork? It's not okay, guys. Okay? It's very simple. I'm almost done.
Oftentimes, if this is the first symptom spotted, parasitic infections can be misdiagnosed as a bad food reaction. Number 10. Muscle pain. One of the less common symptoms of parasitic infections is muscle pain, which can happen when the parasites move into the muscles and soft tissues of the body. In a parasitic infection known as trichinosis, which results from eating undercooked meat, the pain may even affect the joints. This could be accompanied by inflammation and muscle stiffness.
So, fam, as you can see, that's why the other classes I get into, and I mention a lot, and I tell you guys why it was basically the schoolmaster. You know what I'm saying? It was here to prep us. It was here to teach us on how to conduct ourselves, how to avoid particular things. The instructions are there because apparently we needed them, right? Obviously. So you that believe this, Colossians 2:16, let no man therefore judge you in meat or in drink or in respect of a holiday or of a new moon or of the Sabbath day. That has absolutely nothing to do with what you're eating. It has all to do with the ordinances, the Levitical priesthood, the drink offerings, meat offerings on the high holy days, on the Sabbath days. You can go to Leviticus 23, or you can go to Numbers 28, and it gives you an example. Look, Numbers 28, right? Sabbath offerings, monthly offerings, Passover offerings, offerings for Feast of Weeks. You see what I'm saying, fam? Leviticus 23, watch. Feast of the Lord, the Sabbath, the Passover, the Feast of the First Fruits, the Feast of Weeks, the Feast of the Trumpets, the Day of Atonement, the Feast of Booths. You see that? Because of that, Paul was telling the Colossians, let no man therefore judge you in meat, meaning in the sacrificial ordinances that the Levitical priesthood wanted to continue keeping. Colossians 2:16. In drink, meaning the drink offerings that they wanted you to keep continuing, that they said, without the sacrificial law, you don't have salvation. Or in respect of a holy day, meaning the sacrificial offerings, the drink offerings. The Levitical priesthood wanted to continue that for two reasons. One, because they didn't believe in the Messiah as fully, and two, because of filthy lucre, because they were the ones that were selling the actual animals to our people. or of the new moon or of the Sabbath days. All of this has to do with sacrificial offerings. It has nothing to do with foods. So you dumb Christmas Christians that say we can eat pork now because the Bible says that you can't be judging that. No, you guys are dumb. You guys are dumb, and that's why this is righteous dislike for you. I don't hate y'all, man. This righteous dislike for y'all, man, because you are teaching our people so wrong. Galatians 3:23, but before faith came, meaning the Messiah, we were kept under the law. We. Galatians or Hebrews. We were kept under the law, shut up unto the faith which should afterwards be revealed. Wherefore the law was our schoolmaster to bring us unto Christ, so that we could understand. Okay, so we don't have to keep the sacrificial law. We don't have to sin anymore, which means we don't have to sacrifice animals anymore because I will repent sincerely, and that means I don't want to do it again. But Proverbs says, a just man falleth 7 times. So I have the grace. I have the period, the time to get it right this time, without being subject to the sacrificial ordinances. That's Colossians 2:16. It's not complicated, fam. It's not complicated. Galatians 3:7. I think I'm going to end it there. I have a little couple more maybe. Know ye therefore that they which are of faith, the same are the children of Abraham. So you so-called Hispanics, you native Indians, right? You indigenous of the Americas, you Hebrews, you my family. All right, you right there. I'm talking to you. You are the seed of Abraham, because y'all have faith in the Most High. You have faith in salvation through His Son, and you understand to stay away from pork, lobster, shellfish. Honor your parents, teach your family, love your brethren. Matthew 18, hello, Galatians 6, Leviticus 19, Leviticus 11, Deuteronomy 14. Y'all need to get into these first 5 books. Ignore Genesis for now. Only read Genesis chapter 1, 2, and 3. That's about it. But then go into Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy for sure. Once you guys get there, start learning about Leviticus and Deuteronomy, the actual dietary laws. Once you start learning about the dietary laws, I would highly recommend. But again, because it's going to take time, right? Read Acts before you read the New Testament. And then when you read Acts by looking at the actions of the prophets. Look at their actions. Look at how they move. Look at the decisions they made. But remember, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Read it several times. Leviticus 11, Deuteronomy 14. Find out about the dietary laws. Find out about the sexual laws as well. All right. It's in Leviticus, I believe, 18, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, unlawful sexual relationships. Find out about that. Okay. And then when you get into Acts, eventually, this will probably take you about maybe a 6-month course. All right. I'm just giving you a heads up. Hey, this is a marathon, guys. You got to run it in pace. So when you read Acts, let me see which one I'm looking for. I had it in my mind. Oh, just in general, when you read Acts, pay attention to the decisions the prophets made, the good and the bad. Pay attention to everything. So family, I got one more scriptures for y'all. Right. Let me see. I thought I had you here. Where are you? Oh, yeah. God, hello. James 2:17, it reads, even so faith, if it had no works, it is dead, being alone. Yea, a man may say, thou have faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show you thee my faith by my works. In my mind, I'm keeping the laws of God. James 23, it says, and the scripture was fulfilled with which saith, Abraham believed God, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness. He believed and imputed unto him for righteousness because he understood he had to keep the laws of God. Because when he was 99 years old, he circumcised himself, didn't he? And he circumcised Isaac, and he circumcised who? Ishmael. Christians, are you all circumcised? Because you go to run to Abraham? No, you're not. Yea, ye see then how that by works a man is justified, and not by faith only. Psalms 50, 17. Seeing thou hated instructions and casted my words behind thee. Verse 16. But unto the wicked God said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Seeing thou hated instructions and cast my words behind thee. You know what? I don't really like this one. Galatians 2:16 sounds to me like I prefer it. Y'all got to read, if you get a chance, read Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. You'll find out exactly how these nations are. Fam, mad love for y'all. Appreciate you being here this morning with me. Remember, the next class is going to be the cycles of the moon, but I wanted y'all to understand the importance of the dietary law and how these things that we eat do affect us. And the moon tends to make them react. And this is how we get sick. Think about this, guys. You guys keep eating pork. That's why you got to fast and cleanse and do everything possible to get rid of all the meats that you had. Because if you ate pork at one point in your life or for 20, 30 years, guess how long it's going to take for you to get rid of it? And those worms have babies, and they've had babies. So if you guys are dealing with these issues that we talked about, you need to go see a doctor, get yourself checked, make sure you start cleansing your body. You got to get rid of yourself of all of these things, fellas. This is why when you break the clod, you break the ground, you also break through. The dietary law is important. You are the temple of God, and the Most High is within you. You got to watch ourselves. All right, fam? Love y'all very much, man. I appreciate you sticking around. It's one of those classes where I understand people ain't getting you want to really watch it. Some people want excitement and they want destruction and the hell with the white man and the black man. But anyways, I do got something for y'all to stuck around. I appreciate you guys. Watch this.
Esta tierra no solo se pisa, se lleva en la sangre.
Nacimos del barro, del maíz, del fuego antiguo y de una memoria
que nunca pudieron borrar. Aunque quisieron arrancarnos el origen, la tierra sagrada sigue hablando.
En cada herida,
en cada canto,
en cada latido.
Traigo barro en la garganta y el jaguar en la mirada. Mi palabra viene vieja, viene bien desenterrada, de pirámides calladas, de la piedra y del machete, de la raza que hizo historia con el hambre de jinete. No soy moda de vitrina ni souvenir para el turismo. Soy la voz de los abuelos respirando en este ritmo. Traigo el surco en la memoria, la obsidiana en intención y una patria bien herida retumbando en el pulmón. De Tenochtitlán al barrio del fogón, al pavimento de la milpa, al callejón donde sobrevive el viento. Somos hijos de la lluvia, del maíz y del desvelo, con los pies sobre la tierra y el coraje viendo al cielo. Aquí el sol pega macizo, pero más pega la historia. Cada cicatriz del pueblo viene escrita en la memoria. Nos quisieron arrancar el origen de un solo tajo, pero el árbol de esta tierra creció firme desde abajo.
Tierra sagrada, sangre pesada, voz ancestral en la ciudad maltratada. Somos del lodo, del fuego y del canto.
Si cae uno se levantan un chingo en el asfalto.
Tierra sagrada, vibra enterrada, furia del pueblo jamás arrodillada. Traigo a mi raza sonando en el pecho.
México vive aunque el mundo lo mire deshecho. Yo vengo de una cultura que no cabe en un museo, que sigue viva en la calle, en la cocina y el deseo. En la jefa que trabaja con el alma bien partida y aún así le da a sus hijos media fuerza para la vida. En el barrio está el pasado respirando entre la gente, en el nopal, en el rezo, en la mirada del valiente, en el danzón de los viejos, en el son y en la marimba, en el puño que no tiembla cuando la injusticia brinca. No me hables de conquista como si ya estuviera muerto. Si aún camina entre nosotros todo el pulso del desierto, todo el canto de la sierra, todo el trueno del tambor, toda abuela que en silencio nos sembró fuerza y valor. Somos mezcla de ceniza, de deidad y de metralla, de la herida que no llora, de la voz que nunca falla, de la noche en los altares del copal y la avenida, de esta tierra que se parte pero siempre sigue viva.
Y si preguntas quién soy,
soy la sombra de mis muertos
y el orgullo de mis vivos.
Soy un grito subterráneo,
Soy el barro hecho sonido,
Soy la memoria de esta tierra.
rimando crudo y encendido.
Traigo barras con espinas, con sabor a realidad. No le canto a fantasías, le escupo a la falsedad. Porque el pueblo de mi tierra se hizo duro en la tormenta, con el hambre en los bolsillos, pero el alma bien violenta, violenta para resistir, no para doblarse ante el patrón, para cuidar lo que es sagrado, aunque lo cerque el ladrón. Porque aquí la dignidad no se presume, se defiende, y el que viene de los ancestros sabe bien de dónde asciende. Desde el templo hasta la esquina, desde el cerro a la unidad, hay un eco de los antiguos caminando en la ciudad. Somos tierra, somos trueno, somos rabia organizada, somos voces del pasado en una pista encabronada. Que no vengan a explicarnos lo que vale nuestra historia, si crecimos entre ruinas convirtiéndolas en gloria. Si nos dieron puro golpe y contestamos con aguante, con el pecho bien abierto y el espíritu gigante.
Tierra sagrada, sangre pesada, voz ancestral en la ciudad maltratada. Somos del lodo, del fuego y del canto.
Si cae uno se levantan un chingo en el
Tierra
asfalto.
sagrada, vibra enterrada, furia del pueblo jamás arrodillada. Traigo a mi raza sonando en el pecho.
México vive aunque el mundo lo mire deshecho.
Tierra sagrada,
Maíz, piedra, sangre y memoria.
si el mundo quiere enterrarnos,
Que le quede claro,
nosotros nacimos.
para volver desde la historia.
Ical, hijo, abre los ojos. Tu cuerpo se queda con nosotros, pero tu espíritu debe seguir. Busca la luz. Aléjate de las sombras. Deja que nuestro dolor sea tu fuerza. Desde aquí iluminamos tu camino. Lucha como nosotros ante esta pena tan grande. Yo soy tú. Tú eres yo. La muerte que hoy nos separa, mañana volverá a unirnos. Eres libre, hijo.